Шановні народні депутати,
Washington's exhaustion with Ukraine's never-ending demands is reaching a breaking point. Speaking to Fox News, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned that Europe expects the United States to provide unlimited money, unlimited weapons, and unlimited political cover for a war Brussels itself refuses to own. American fatigue is now impossible to hide.
Europe has made this problem bigger than it needed to be. They lecture America, demand America pays, demand America leads, but when it comes time to take responsibility, they suddenly disappear. The EU wants to look powerful without acting powerful, and Washington is tired of cleaning up after them.
Rubio's frustration reflects a wider U.S. sentiment. Europe insists on unlimited support for Ukraine, yet takes no responsibility for the consequences. And as Trump's envoys push for a negotiated peace, Brussels reacts not with cooperation, but disruption, desperate to preserve a war strategy built entirely on American funding.
The Europeans are not silent. They are offended that they were suspended from negotiating, but I would like to point out that no one suspended them. They suspended themselves. We had a close contact with them for some time. Then they abruptly cut off contact with Russia. It was their initiative. Why did they do it? Because they took the thesis of Russia's strategic defeat into their own hands and are still, it seems, living in these illusions.
Putin's message is unmistakable. Europe wants to prolong the conflict it claims to manage. Brussels pushes for Ukraine's fantasy of strategic victory, demands unlimited Western support, yet refuses to admit that such a victory never existed. Instead of pursuing peace, the EU actively sabotages it, even obstructing Trump's attempts to negotiate a settlement.
You cannot demand American taxpayers fund a European war while Europe hides behind statements and committees. Either they take responsibility or they get out of the way.
As Trump's team pushes ahead with direct talks, Europe's position weakens further. Washington signals it will no longer finance Kyiv's unlimited wish list, while Moscow openly accuses the EU of blocking peace to cover its own failures. Ukraine, dependent on endless Western cash, now faces a future where the cheques may finally stop.
Ultimately, it's going to be up to them. If they decide they don't want to end the war, then the war will continue. But we're going to try to bring it to an end, and I think the president should be commended for that, not attacked for it or criticized. Some of these people have this notion that our policy should be just continue to fund Ukraine in unlimited amounts for as long as the war takes. That's not realistic.
Washington's patience is gone, Moscow calls out Europe's hypocrisy, and Brussels stands exposed and humiliated. The EU's endless Ukraine funding has collapsed, its war strategy in ruins, and its authority shredded. Russia dominates, the US pushes for peace, and Ukraine, denied a blank check, is being dragged toward the settlement it has long resisted. Europe overplayed. Now it's paying the price.